great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.
Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney. We have offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. We practice immigration law around the world. We help people bring their spouses. We help people bring their parents. We help people keep their spouses and their parents here. We help sue USCIS and the State Department when they take too long on people's cases. We help people who fear going back to their home country. We help people who want to hire foreign workers. Basically, we try to help people. It's good to see everybody here. Nice to see the comments. Huli is here, as she often is, watching the boards. Donna, first one in, gives us all the big ups for Holy Thursday. Today's Holy Thursday. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Long weekend in Jamaica, ending Monday. I hope everybody has a great Easter weekend. Marvelous is here, sending equal Easter love. You know, when I was a kid at our church, they would always reenact the Passion, and on Holy Thursday, I remember, Holy Thursday? Yeah, Holy Thursday was always a really long mass, and they would sort of reenact, maybe it was Palm Sunday too, but they always made the people be the bad guys, and the priest got to be Jesus. So, that the people had to be the bad guys and the priest got to be Jesus. That always seemed like an unfair deal. How are all of you doing? Glad you're all here. Like to see all the comments. Hina is here. TNT is here. Ivana's here. Jay Cruz from North Dakota, as she often is. Christina is watching from the Bahamas. And Roy's up in Schenectady. How about that? Tyrone is here. Good to see. Nurse Laura. And H&M. Boy, we got a lot of the regulars here. Jay Cruz wants a ringtone for, how about that? All right. Rocio's here. Boy, we got a lot of the OGs here. AJ's here. Nice. Rocio says, I was listening to another lawyer who does take call. And let me tell you, not even 10% of Jim's patients. Oh, I like it when people yell. I've just been chilling because it's Ramadan. So Nurse Laura's going to dye some eggs tomorrow. Asfar is here. Hello, Asfar. Good to see you, my friend. Everybody's here. Rich is here giving us the big ups. And we got Maryland in the house. Thank you, Remy. All right. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about immigration? You want to talk about Easter? You want to talk about soccer? You want to talk about baseball? Today is opening day. Your St. Louis Cardinals will take on the Dodgers of the Los Dodgers from Los Angeles, playing in Chavez Ravine. It's interesting for the Cardinals to show up there during Shohei Ohtani and his translator seem to be caught up in some gambling messes. And of course, Andrew Bloomberg, our own Andrew Bloomberg, advised me that, hey, Jim, there's immigration consequences to that. Hopefully there weren't any crimes involving moral turpitude. I hadn't thought about that. That's one thing to think about. Then maybe I should do a post on that, the immigration consequences for Mr. Ohtani, who's such a wonderful baseball player. The other thing we could talk about, we talked Monday about that horrible bridge collapse in Baltimore where the steamship was headed to Singapore and it left the Baltimore harbor, lost power. And apparently after they lost power, they were able to notify the police to stop people from getting on the bridge. But there was a crew there working on the bridge, and 6 of the people that were on the bridge were not recovered or haven't been recovered yet. And it turns out that I think all 6 of them were immigrants from Central America. So immigration touches all aspects of American life. That's why I love working on it so much. That's why I love working with immigrants, because you meet people from all over the world and they all have different situations. So here you have one of the highest paid baseball players in the country, maybe having criminal or immigration issues. You have these poor guys working on a bridge at 1 o'clock in the morning, just trying to make a living and do their jobs and maybe get back or send money back to Central America. And they too are immigrants. So you watch the news and you hear about immigrants. Mike has been waiting, so we're going to start with Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having me.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, I got a quick question. So it's regarding my resident start dates on my green card.
Okay.
So, when I got my green card, um, I got my green card 4 months after the interview. So my I-130 was approved on the day of the interview, but I didn't get my green card after 4 months. So when I got my green card, the resident start dates says the I-130 was approved. So now I'm a little bit confused if it was a mistake from USCIS, with regards to when I'm gonna remove my conditions.
That's a good question. So, do you know for a fact, did you get an approval notice for the 45 with a later date?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's a tricky question. So, so the approval notice from the 485 says that you got approved on this date 4 months after the I-130 was approved. So
Yeah.
that really sucks because it's more than the 3 months of that window.
Right.
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 So here's what you could do. Did this just happen?
No, it's been since February last year. So
I mean, you could.
yeah, I went for the interview February last year. So
You could file an I-90 to get
right.
a replacement card. You wouldn't have to pay the fee. Problem
Okay.
is, I don't think it'll be fixed by the time you do the 485. So,
Right.
I would probably wait until 90 days before the day that it was actually approved.
Okay. Okay. Close to the dates it was approved. Okay.
Yeah, I think in my cover letter, I would explain to them everything that you just told me.
Right.
Walk them through it.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
If you file late, I would never tell someone to file late, but if technically you file late, it will be forgiven. But if you file early, they'll just cash the check and then they'll deny it, and then you'll have to start all over.
Right. So I should just made it close to the 90 days. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Good luck, Mike. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Nitai's here. Hello, Nitai. You're on mute.
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call.
Go ahead.
My question is, I came to United States as a religious worker, R1 visa.
Mm-hmm.
And for now, I have approved for my 360 after I was in my position for 2 years. Mm-hmm. I applied for a petition for a green card, and that petition got approved. After that, we applied for 485, 765, and 131. And I got my travel authorization and my work authorization. I'm still waiting on my 485. That's been already like almost 2 years that I'm waiting since I applied my fingerprints, and nothing from the USCIS so far. My question is, am I able to perform work that is not religious work using my work permit while I'm in this status? Because in my work permit card, it says that conditions says none. So there's no conditions. I'm wondering if I'm able to do part-time work besides my religious employer.
It'd be a violation of your R1. So if you can avoid it, you should.
Okay. And if I still do work, is there a way, like, is there a way that I can still seek some help to, like, if I have worked in past, would I be able to help my situation if I hire an attorney in my situation if I have worked?
Well, that's gonna be a problem with adjustment. You mean before you even got work authorization, you were working on the side?
No, after I got my work authorization, I worked on the side.
Yeah. So as long as your green card case goes through, it's okay. But if you get stuck on your R1, that's the problem. If the green card continues to process, but there's a big backlog on those R1 green cards, right?
Yeah, it's like 5 years. I just checked today.
Yeah. So what are you going to do if your R1 runs out?
Well, I thought that's as long as my 485 is being processed, I'm legal in the country, because I-360, I heard that it doesn't let you stay in the country, but 485 in process can allow me to stay in the
Yeah.
country.
So
Is that?
you got yours on file before everything went bad with the filing dates, right? So yeah.
Yeah, they took my one in still.
Yeah. So I think you should be okay. But if you want to email me, you can.
Okay, what's the best email that I could, or can I find it on your website?
Yeah, just email info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. It's on the screen right now, but it's always on the screen.
I got it. Thank you so much. And
Right.
just one more question. May I ask you one more question, sir?
Sure.
Um, my girlfriend, she is green card holder, but she still didn't receive her permanent green card. She was married to U.S. citizen before she met me, and she has removed conditions. She applied for removing conditions. She was with her ex-husband for like 4 years, but removed conditions, but still didn't get her permanent green card. And my question: Will she have any trouble receiving her permanent green card, even though she is already divorced?
Does USCIS know that she's divorced?
Yes. She filed as soon as she got divorced. She filed that she's filing by herself, not with her husband.
So her original submission was on her own, not with her husband?
Her original submission was still when she was with her husband. That was like 2 years ago, but they still didn't respond to that, and she already got divorced since then. So at the time that she was originally applying for removing conditions, she was still with her husband, with her ex-husband, and right now she's not. And after she got divorced, she reapplied that she's applying separately.
And if I were to ask you how much evidence of marriage evidence do you think she had? Did she have a lot? Because those cases should be approved. She should be okay.
Okay. So it's just a question of time that how long it might take. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the last question I had. I just spoke to your attendant on the phone. I called the hotline first, and they told me that I can join today for the stream. Thank you so much for taking my call. My question was, if I'm marrying to my girlfriend who is a green card holder, will that help me get a green card besides my religious work, or it does not help me?
It could, but most likely what we'll do is, if I were your lawyer, I would keep your religious thing going. I would wait until she becomes a citizen, and then if you want to get married, go that route. If your case isn't over, that's what I would do. I wouldn't mess with it while she's still. There's rules about if you get a green card through marriage, when you can turn around and sponsor somebody else. So I would just wait. Probably, I would say wait until she gets her citizenship. But if you email me that we can talk about all that.
Thank you so much, sir. I very appreciative of what you helped me. Thank you. I'll write on email.
See you, buddy. All right. Dina's here. Hello, Dina. You're on mute.
Hi, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm starting watching your show for I think so around 2 months.
Oh, great. Thanks for watching.
Yes, and the weekend I'm enjoying with my husband. My
Great.
husband laughing a lot.
Were you laughing when Donna came on and was so happy from Jamaica? That made me happy. I watched it again
Me
yesterday.
too. Oh my God. We enjoy your show in the weekends and the day off.
That's great.
And I have my cousin here.
Hi.
Hola.
Hola.
We are from DR,
Mhm.
and she just coming from Mexico
Okay.
2 weeks ago. And I have a question. They give her a few paperwork, and she has to her next appointment be this coming October 4 October 4 8 October 8. And October 8 she has to go to court,
Hmm.
to firm. I don't know if she be front to the judge, or I don't know. But um do you think so she can apply for authorization for work?
Well, does she want to apply for asylum? Is she going to apply for asylum?
Yes.
Has she done that already?
Not yet. She just had 2 weeks here in
Yeah.
United States.
So she has to apply for asylum, and then 150 days later, she can apply for the work card. So she's got to wait a while.
Okay. Okay. So because I don't have her paperwork right now with me, but I tell her um later on can she bring to my house the paperwork, and maybe if we getting lucky and get in contact with you and again and see if
Yeah.
you can give you any advice to us.
Yeah, just get it from her and scan it in and email it to us.
Okay, okay. How I can get the email you email?
Yeah, it's info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Any way I can screenshot or
Yeah,
something?
here, we'll put it in the comments, okay? Julio put it in the comments.
Okay,
All right.
okay. That's the only question. Oh, another question. She have a daughter in my country. She is a minor child.
Yeah.
Do you think so? If we fill it out for her, the tourist visa B1, B2, in the application they asking if you have relative family in the United States. What is the best answer for we ask her that question?
The best answer is the truth, but that means she's not going to get the visit visa. If they find out her mom is here, they're not going to give her the visit visa. But you
Exactly.
have to tell the truth.
Yeah, that's my concern too. That's what I tell her too. No, that's all. That is my
Gina,
only question.
thanks for watching. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, getting lots of love today. Z is here. What do you say, Z?
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm well.
Um, I am doing well. I have a real quick question. I have a green card through marriage. Our 2 years is done. I applied for I-751, but the waiting time is just ridiculous. So we're waiting for them to do our paperwork. I'm going to travel domestically. The rule is that I should carry my green card with me all the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should carry the original of the notice that they sent me about like the extension, or should I just take a copy, because I don't want to carry the original paper with me.
I would.
Would the copy be okay?
I'd only carry a copy of both myself. I don't know what the rules actually are, but if it were me, I would just carry a copy of my green card and a copy of my extension letter. I wouldn't walk around. My son lost his coat yesterday, and luckily his wallet wasn't in it. You never know if you're going to lose it. It's such a pain to. I know you're supposed to have it, but I would just carry a copy of it.
Okay. So
I wouldn't make it like I wouldn't make it look like, I wouldn't go out and laminate it and make it look like I was trying to make a copy. Like I would just have like a black and white copy of it in case anybody
Okay.
needs it. But you're never going to need it except when you travel.
Yeah, it's like I don't think I will need it, but still, it's, if someone makes a big deal out of it, and we are traveling to Texas, I'm like,
Well,
will they make it?
Texas, I would bring it. Yeah, Texas, I would bring it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you
See
so much.
you, buddy. All right, all right. That's a nice comment from Patricia. How I know the intended questions even before we complete our statements. I've done a lot of these calls, Patricia. I've done a lot of calls with potential clients and accents. I really like trying to figure out where people are from their accents. So that's always fun too, or their names. Always good. Yulia's here. Hello, Yulia.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. I have a question. So me and my husband were married already for 2 years, and I applied for I-751 together.
Yeah.
However, we've been like going through some rough patch, and we are thinking to potentially like take some time apart, not filing for divorce, but maybe like reconsider if we want to continue relationships. And I was wondering if I need to submit something for UCIS about that, or is it something I would need to submit in case we get divorced?
Well, so let's back up. So how did you come to the United States? Are you the immigrant or is he the immigrant?
I'm the immigrant. I came to the United States around 10 years ago. I was F1 visa, then I had OPT. I didn't win H1B, and then we got married with my boyfriend. Yeah, that's.
Were you out of status when you married or no?
No, it was all like legal transaction. I also had a lawyer back then. So, but when I filed for fight,
you've always been in status.
Yeah.
When did you file the 751?
January.
And as of right now, you and your spouse are both living at the same address.
Yes, we are still together, and like we are planning sort of like have the same address, but we might potentially just rent Airbnb, one of us, and just separate for some time.
Okay, well, sure. I'm sorry that you're going through this.
Yeah, thanks.
So if you move out, you have to fill out an AR-11 online. So that's the real easy part. So you have to notify them within 10 days of moving that you've moved. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
That's just address change. That's not an issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's two ways to handle it. So let's say that you guys split up, and then let's say that in September one of you files for divorce, and then in December the divorce is final. Okay. Mm-hmm. In the way that we do it here, if we can, is we would have you file a whole new I-751. We think it's hard and messy to try to get them to convert in on the show, and in our office, we call it a 751 joint and a 751 solo. Mm-hmm. So you have a 751 joint. We think it's hard to get. They have the right to change it to a good faith 751 solo, but we think it's better just to file a new one. That way you're completely free of the spouse. You don't rely on the spouse anymore. I mean, you're still going to submit a lot of the same evidence, but I would say your job right now is to figure out if you're going to get divorced. If you are going to get divorced, make sure you have records of everything. If it's a friendly divorce and he doesn't want to mess with your green card, that's great, because what we would do is we would get a long statement from you, Julia. Like, we would meet with you a couple different times, get a long statement from you about how the relationship started, how you fell in love, why you decided to get married, why you decided to live in the United States, and then about how things went downhill. Then we would talk to your spouse if they're willing and try to get a condensed version of that. And we want to try to lock them into their story before we file, because sometimes USCIS comes knocking, and we'd rather have that statement under oath as sort of a defense against anything. So if they're not going to mess with you, that would really help.
Yeah, no, they're not going to mess with me. That's been very nice.
Yeah. So I would say try to keep the temperature low and keep it like that. That's what I would say.
So, but for now, let's say, again, we don't know what is going to happen in like 3 months, 6 months. For now, there's nothing I need to do. It's only in case I get divorced, right? I just need to change the address. That's pretty much it. If I move. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you so much for.
Good luck.
Thank you.
See ya. All right, Daniel's been waiting patiently. Hello, Daniel.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good, buddy. How you doing,
Jim? Good. Hey, Jim. So I got a question. I have right now. I'm waiting for my 601 waiver.
Yep.
And right now, we're actually in the 8th district, in court right now, and we already submitted the opening brief. They replied to the brief, and now we have the last brief, which we have the deadline for the brief on the 4th of April, which is in a couple of days, basically next week on Thursday. And my question is, from there, after we file the last brief, how much time do you think the judge or USCIS will make a decision?
When you say the 8th district, do you mean the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals? Is that what you mean?
Yes, correct.
So was your 601 denied?
No, so it wasn't denied. So what we did, we filed a lawsuit, the legislation lawsuit, because they were taking forever. Right now, on the 30th of this month, I should be completing the 21 months since we submitted the 601 waiver.
Yeah.
So we did it to speed up the process, but from what I'm seeing, it's kind of going to end up like the same time.
Yeah.
But my question is like, do you think they're going to make a decision after the 4th of April, or
No.
does the court make a decision, or you think USCIS is going to start?
Who's your lawyer? Do you know?
Yeah, my lawyer is Aaron. His name is Aaron. There's a couple on the
Brief?
on the lawsuit. Yeah. So let me see.
Is it like a class action or is it just you?
No, it's a couple of us. It's Aaron Hall.
Aaron Hall. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Hall. Charles. Let me see. The main one that's handling this one is Aaron Hall.
Okay.
And then Jesse Blessy.
Yeah, Jesse's a good lawyer. They're all
Greg
good.
Skin. Gregory Skin or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you're part of that group that's challenging the long delays on 601s.
Yes, sir.
And you're asking me, Jim, okay, so the fact that USCIS hasn't, so usually with lawsuits, you're trying to get them to just move faster.
Yeah.
So the fact that they didn't tells me that they're fighting this out. I know they're fighting it out. I know about this case. So
Yeah.
in answer to your question, if briefing is done April 4th, they're still going to set it for oral argument, which will probably be late summer, and they won't make a decision probably until late this year or early next year, the court.
Okay.
And also, the 8th Circuit is a terrible place for immigrants. They always rule against the immigrants. So I would not be too hopeful.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because that's what I was wondering, because I'm already the 30th of this month will be 21 months since I filed my 601 waiver.
It's ridiculous.
And from what I'm seeing, like I'm in a group chat where it's nothing but 601 waiver people waiting for the waivers.
Yeah.
And they're getting approved within 22 months and 24 months right now.
So hopefully it will. Hopefully soon. I don't have much more guidance than that, Daniel. I hope
Yeah.
it goes well. Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks, James. That was my questions. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks. Keep us posted. Okay. All right. Larry Giles is here. Hello, Larry.
Hey, Mr. Jim. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm well. Greatly appreciate you taking my call. Just real quick, my wife and I are trying to figure out or see if there's any other solutions to our complicated situation. So about 5 months ago, we petitioned our form I-130 and I-130A. She did the I-130A. She's in Angola at this moment, and we created a profile on the USCIS to kind of watch our case. And so at the beginning of March, the website said that our case a decision would be made in 30 days. It said 1 month. I checked last week and it said a decision will be made in 4 months. I'm scheduled to travel to Angola to see my wife and my family there.
Good.
And I want to know, is there any other options that we have that might bring her here while we're waiting for the decision?
Oh, wait, are you driving?
I am.
Oh, I can't talk to people when they're driving.
I can pull over.
Okay. The I-130s take a year, Larry.
They take a year?
Yeah. You're just chilling. You're just waiting.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Don't believe those online things. I-130s, especially I-130s away, that's going to take a year. Then you're going to go to the National Visa Center, and then you're going to talk to the State Department. You're going to pay fees and sort of start all over with the State Department. You're going to file a DS-260. Then they're going to tell you that they have everything they need, and then they're going to wait for an interview for her in Angola.
Okay. So there's nothing you're saying, like there's no visa option. So we're just waiting.
Just waiting. Just a bunch of people in line ahead of you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Yes, sir.
Larry. Sorry, man. See ya. All right. Melissa is here. Hello, Melissa. Melissa, can you hear me? Hello, Melissa. Melissa is not here. All right. I got an email yesterday, and somebody wanted me to sort of walk them through. I got to find that. Walk them through a whole bunch of stuff. They wanted me to do a whole analysis of. Huli, can you send me that email back real quick? They wanted me to do a whole analysis of like their case and how things go. While she's sending me that, let me talk to Omologo. Omologo, you there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jamie.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I think I sent a message to you on TikTok, so you told me that I should come to YouTube yesterday. So that's why I'm here now.
Awesome. What can I help you with?
Yeah, I filed my I-130 in 2015 and I was approved. So when I filed my I-130 in 2015, my husband, so we don't have a good sponsor, we don't have enough sponsored. So my husband went to meet his friend that if he can sponsor us for affidavit of support. And he agreed, and we brought him to the lawyers and he signed the affidavit of support then in 2015. After I signed it, my green card was approved. After 2018, I filed for my Y170, that's remove of condition. So it was approved again. So 2022, I need to do my citizenship to.
You there? Omologo, you went mute. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. So you're saying you were doing your naturalization, and then what happened?
So after I filed for my nationalization, they denied me. They said that they contact the person that.
I don't know what's up with her audio.
When I appealed, I went to the court last week. When I went to court, the immigration asked me that where is my lawyer. My lawyer said he has another court date that he cannot meet up. And I told them, and they asked me that did I know the guy, and I told them that I know the guy. That is my boy, because me and my husband we have already divorced. I said I know him. That is my friend, is my husband friend. That but we are no more together. But I think both of them they are no more in good time. So the immigration denies me based on that. So the reason why I'm calling is that what are the chances that I have? Do I need to apply again, or do I need to wait for certain times, or do I need to? What can I do based on the affidavit of support?
Are you saying that they denied your citizenship because they went back to talk to your co-sponsor, and the co-sponsor said he doesn't know who you are?
Yes.
Can you send me all your decisions? I'd really like to read those.
All right.
Do you have my email?
I don't have it.
Okay, it's info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Info, it's right there on the screen.
All right.
Julio put it in the comments, but yeah, I'd really like to see that. I've never heard that before. That sounds like BS to me.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna send it.
All right, great. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye. All right, so getting back to that email. Thank you, Julio, for sending it to me. Now, just real quick, I'm happy to answer people's questions, but my man sends me a long email, TLDR for sure. And he says it's not even for him, it's on behalf of his brother. I trust this email finds you well. I'm reaching out to seek your expert legal advice regarding my current immigration situation, particularly in sponsoring my family members for immigration to the United States. As a recent U.S. citizen, I'm eager to initiate the sponsorship process for my family members, including my brother, his wife, his 2-year-old daughter, as well as my parents, who are currently residing in Bangladesh. I understand that the process involves several steps and may require careful attention to detail. That's true. I think maybe ChatGPT helped with this. I don't know. I would greatly appreciate your guidance on the following key points. Sponsorship process. Could you please provide a comprehensive overview? Like I've got nothing to do. Like I'm going to sit around and answer this. Could you please provide a comprehensive overview of the sponsorship process for both my brother's family and my parents? Specifically, I'm seeking clarity on the required forms, supporting documents, and any potential challenges we may encounter. This is like calling up a doctor and saying, hey, I need to have a surgery. Can you please tell me all the instruments that you're going to use? I mean, can you make me a list? Like, who does this? Document preparation. What specific documents are required for each family member, including my brother's family and my parents? I want to ensure that I gather all necessary documents. This is what you hire a lawyer for. Given the current immigration landscape, what's the expected timeline for processing these sponsorship applications? Additionally, what should I expect in terms of communication and updates? This is ridiculous. Financial obligations. What are my financial obligations? Dude, here's what I would say. Any additional considerations? Oh, let me just sit around and think about that. Like I have nothing else to do. Dude, this is why I have a channel. This is why I have a YouTube channel. All of these questions are on this show and are on my channel. So I'm not going to, unfortunately, I'm not able to answer all these. This is a long, very onerous. I would never, ever imagine sending someone this email without a check to be their attorney. Yeah, I think it is ChatGPT. I mean, you know how I know it's ChatGPT? Because each paragraph says 1, sponsorship process, then the question, 2, document preparation, 3, timeline and expectations, 4. I mean, I'm getting madder now. Yeah, Patricia says, sounds like an exam for me. I'm getting madder now than I read when I didn't really read it before. It's really onerous, and to me, it's sort of annoying. So love working with people, love doing all those things for people, but I'm not going to teach you how to do it, even though I give away all my best stuff right here on this very program. Melissa's back. Let's see if she's got her mic going. Melissa, you there? I don't know what's going on.
Me?
Hello? Hello? Are you there? I heard her for a second. We'll come back. Monique. Hello, Monique.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm not bad, and how are you?
I'm not bad either. What's up?
All right, so I have a quick question. I have a removal order against me. It's in absentia because I didn't know about it until I went for an I-130 interview and I-485 interview. I end up getting interview for the I-130, and the A5 end up being denied. So I have a lawyer, but to be honest, it's not like we're getting anywhere. So she filed a motion to ICE asking them to join since September of last year. And up until now, we haven't heard back anything. So I'm wondering if it's a case where we could apply directly to the immigration court. It's Boston, but I live in Vermont. And the I-130 is also already approved.
Okay, so let's back up, Monique. When did you come to the United States?
I came 2016 on an H-2B visa, and then I end up getting married. After the married, it didn't work out, things like that. I applied for paperwork the first time because things wasn't working out for us. So he ended up withdrawing it, and that's what put me in the removal.
So actually, tell me the mechanics of that. So he withdrew the I-130, and with that notice, did it put you in removal or it came after?
It put me in removal, but I didn't know because we weren't together anymore. We weren't at the same place because I was on the program. So we were in different places, and he didn't try to reach out to let me know or anything. So that is how I end up in removal.
And then because you didn't know about it, you didn't show up, and then they ordered you removed.
Yeah.
And okay. And then later on, you married a different person.
Yes.
And they're a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
And they filed an I-130 for you, and it got approved.
Yes.
And
I end up had to also have to prove that the first marriage was real. So I end up have to prove that both marriage was real, which I did.
Yeah, you must have. Otherwise, they wouldn't have approved the I-130. That's good. I was just looking at a denial today where it was an 11-page denial, and 7 pages of the 11-page denial were about the first case.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay. So as we stand here now, did anyone take your I-130 approval notice and go to the immigration court and say, hey, Monique is the beneficiary of an approved I-130. She entered with inspection. We'd like to reopen the proceedings, set aside the order of removal, and terminate proceedings so that she can adjust through USCIS. Has anybody done that yet?
No. From what I know, the lawyer, she only filed a joint motion. She said she filed a motion asking ICE to join since September 2023.
Okay. Is she a deportation lawyer?
Yes, I think she handled different immigration cases.
But she goes to court. She knows the lawyers, and she needs to just start bothering the crap out of them. I mean, my understanding is that the Biden team is looking for every case they can to terminate. So this shouldn't be taking all the way from September. I know Boston's a busy place, but she's got to get on top of it.
Yeah, every time I try to reach out to her, because I bear in mind I even pay her in advance.
Yeah.
And every time I try to reach out, it's like I have to be texting and asking if you get the message or not. And that's how it's been going on. So I was wondering if I could just do it myself, apply straight to the court, or just get somebody else to do it, like just to start over the process.
Yeah. Why don't you send me an email? We could help with this. I mean, we would probably just. I think waiting for a joint motion is probably not the right play. I would just file my own motion, like you said, and then the government probably won't oppose it. You don't have any criminal stuff, right?
No, no criminal stuff. The only thing they had was the first time they were trying to say the marriage was fraud, which they didn't find any fraud findings. It was just allegations. So they didn't find anything, which that's the reason why I end up getting the I-130 approved and everything. So no criminal charge, no DUI, nothing of the sort. I've been married over 3 years. I have a child. She's gonna be 2 next month.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Monique.
Yes, thank you very much. I'll be reaching out to you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya. All right. All right. Seems like a nice person. Boy, we sure like Jamaica around here, don't we? We sure like Jamaica. Donna, of course, Queen of Jamaica. R is here. Hello, R.
Hey, how you doing, Jim?
Great, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. Um, I just got a quick question. What is the best way to get in contact with you? I sent an email a few weeks ago and I haven't gotten a reply. I just really need some help.
You emailed us?
Yes, sir.
Did you email me?
I don't know your personal email,
Yeah.
but I emailed that immigration.
Info at?
Yes.
All right. Do me a favor. Just right now, go back and resend that one more time, and I'll pull it up after I get out of this call at 2, okay?
All right, sir.
All right.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
R.
much.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was our friend R. Good to see him again. Rena's here. Hello, Rena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So, I came here United States last year. I came through an au pair. So I worked as an au pair. I'm from Lesotho. Like Lesotho is a small country inside South Africa.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, you know it?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. So I was working as an au pair and I worked for like 4 months, and after that the family I worked for told me that we they think it's best if I try to find another family, and I was given 2 weeks to find another family. So I couldn't find, like, I was talking to families and they told me, well, they're still trying to talk to other people, so they will let me know. So unfortunately I got the email like telling me to leave the country because I couldn't find a family, you know. So after that, well, I was in a relationship by then. Like, I was with this other guy for like 4 weeks. So like, he convinced me to stay, and he was like, okay, well, maybe we'll get married, because I'm very optimistic about our relationship and I'm positive. Like, I think you're a great person. So I got confused. I was so confused, but then I decided to stay. So we got married last year December.
Okay.
So uh, I mean, when on March we filled everything. Like, I filed for adjustment of status. So my concern is, um well, when I came here, I came here to work as an au pair, and I was back in my country. I was a nurse, so I applied to work for kids with special needs here in United States. So when I was like when I was in nursing school, like I think I was like 23 years. I got pregnant and I had a child. So in Lesotho, like some other culture, like other cultures believe like if you have a child out of wedlock, well, that child belongs to the parents, and they see it as a disgrace that you had a child out of wedlock. So I had to, you know, I mean, accept that. Okay, my parents will raise my child. So that's why I applied for the au pair, which like au pair has the regulations like you don't have to have a child when you want to apply to work as an au pair. So I'm worried like USCIS might use that against me.
So when you applied for your J1, did you list the kid?
No, there was no. I wasn't given an option to list the kid. Like there was no option to fill about my biography.
When you applied for your green card, did you list the kid?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you've never hidden the fact that you had this kid to the U.S. federal government.
Yes, but I mean, I never really like they never really asked me when I applied for J1. There were no questions about anything pertaining my life, or it was just I had to give out my qualifications and my names, and that was it. They didn't really ask me about my personal, background.
So to be clear, there's no form out there anywhere that you've ever filled out that's
No. No, there was never a form that I filled out. But I on the form 8485 I explained that well in Lesotho, like our culture says if a girl has a child out of wedlock, then that child belongs to the parents, to their mother's parents. So I wrote that in the form.
right. But what I mean is, anytime you ever applied to come, when you did your J1, when you had your interview, nothing where you hid the fact that you had a kid.
No, I never hit the fact, and like I also didn't get the interview. I never had an interview. When I applied for J1 visa, I just went to Durban and they asked me, am I going to be an au pair? I said yes, and that was it. And they said my visa was approved, so I never got that.
So, one thing that I always worry about, Rena, with J1s is some of them are subject to what's called Rule 212E. I guess you weren't subject to that, right? Because do you have your green card?
Not yet. I just applied for adjustment of status in March this year.
And you're not subject to Rule 212E.
Yes, I'm not.
Okay. And then okay. So is your spouse going to file for that kid, or what's the story with the kid? What are you going to do?
Well, it's still like very unclear because like my parents and the elders back at home, they still believe like that. I mean, my child doesn't belong to me because I had my child out of wedlock. So that's still like a cultural principle. So to change that, then we have to have some. I don't know. They believe they can have some rituals done so that the child is introduced to me or to another family, but now they still believe like that my child doesn't belong to me.
But legally, in the country, under the law, does the child belong to you?
I mean, illegally. Of course, when I filed for the certificate, but like my daughter's birth certificate, I had to write my name, but it's very complicated because the culture like plays a big role when it comes to what is legal and what is illegal.
Okay, so what's your question for me, Rena?
I was just worried if USCIS might use that against me. Like,
Well, they will ask if you support your child. So if you send money back, they're going to want to know about that. That's probably where the issue will come in.
okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Rena. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. I see there's a debate going on in the comments about Texas. Texas might be a very nice place for one person might have had a really nice experience living there. And if they really like living there more than they like living in Illinois, that makes me happy. But just because you've had a nice experience in Texas That does not mean that Texas is welcoming to women who they want to force into backstreet abortions, and to immigrants who they've passed a law that no other state has that's unconstitutional, illegal, and dumb as F. That's Texas. Texas is the one passing laws telling local law enforcement who have no training in immigration to arrest and deport undocumented people. So you can say all you want in the comments about how great a life you have in Texas. We're happy for you, all in, that you have a nice life in Texas. Doesn't mean it's a welcoming place. Doesn't mean it's a place that I want to support or ever want to live, right? So Texas can F off, and Greg Abbott is a piece of shit. He's a horrible, horrible person. He put up barriers on the Rio Grande that mothers and children drowned because of. He's despicable. The attorney general in Texas should be in federal prison. So it's great, all in. We're so happy for you that you're having a nice life in Texas. Great for everybody. Doesn't mean that the place is welcoming. Doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't have the right to complain about it. Screw Texas. Screw Texas. Right. It's what the people want. That's great. I don't care what they want. It's unconstitutional. Their laws are illegal, and as long as they're part of the 50 states, what they're doing is illegal. It's illegal. It's actually illegal. If we had any kind of legitimate Supreme Court, that thing would have been stopped in its tracks. But we have all these humps that Donald Trump appointed who are federalist Nazis and are just trying to advance a xenophobic, pro-white, anti-brown world, right? So I've got no love for Texas. Anybody in Texas, I got you, my man. My man Lewis is in Austin. I get all that. But the leadership of that state are deplorable. They're deplorable, horrible human beings that would rather brown people die than give them any kind. This is not about the law in Texas. Okay. You know who's leaving now? All In is leaving now. He's going in timeout. Timeout for you, All In. You're pissing me off, so shut up. All right. Femi's here. Hello, Femi.
Hello.
Go ahead, Femi.
Yes. Ramadan Kareem, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Femi.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I have a question, and the question goes, I think a lady has the question yesterday.
Okay.
I'm from Nigeria, so when I got married, my divorce in Nigeria was not properly done, so I had to do the divorce again. So my first immigration application was denied. So when I did the divorce, the divorce again here, so I remarried my wife again.
The new divorce was inside the United States?
Yes.
Okay.
So I remarried my wife again. So when I remarried my wife again, the old marriage me and my wife did was still open. So the application went through, we went for the interview, and my green card was granted. So I filed for I-751, and now I'm in the process of filing for citizenship.
Great.
Because me and my wife were still together.
Great.
So we took it. So, but the question is, when I was going through the citizen form, I saw that they asked, how many times have you married? Were you married? Were you married to your present wife? And in my own case, that means twice.
I think either way you answer it is fine, Femi. You're going to have to explain it at your naturalization interview. I myself would just say one, because in my mind, I mean, I'm not a family lawyer, and I might talk to a family lawyer in the state you live in before you answer that, like a divorce lawyer.
Okay.
In my mind, the first marriage it's called void ab initio, void ad inception, void
from the beginning, yeah.
From the beginning. So I think you've only been married to this person one time.
No, okay. But you would suggest I still talk to a family lawyer, or do you like the advice you gave
Yeah.
the lady yesterday, do you think I should annul the first marriage or
I think
something just to have a documentation if it's possible?
Yeah, doesn't. I mean, you'd have to spend some money on that, but yeah, I think you're going to talk. Whatever happens, you're going to explain it to the officer anyway. So I wouldn't go crazy trying to quote unquote fix it. I think you're going to have to explain it at the interview anyway, and
Oh, okay.
everyone's going to be fine.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jim.
Bye, Femi.
Thank you so much. Ramadan Karen.
Thank you. Same to you. Hello, Dina. You're on mute.
Let me
Dina's back.
stop.
Yep.
Yes, it's a lot of raining here in Massachusetts.
What's up?
Raining, raining, raining.
Did you have another question for me, or just watching?
Yes. Um, it's about a friend of mine. He just sent me uh 3 questions from DR. Um, the question is, I reading. So what he sent it to me. He was here resident in United States. He had a green card before, and he get deportation a couple of years ago because this was from drug case. Um, and he want to know if he can be available to reopen his case because he get deportation because his case was in lab scandal in Massachusetts.
What was his case?
His case was in lab, in the lab scandal in Boston, Massachusetts. The chimney was charged for mishandle the drug test.
Hmm. Did this conviction get thrown out, or is the conviction still on the books?
Um, he not told me. He told me just the lady who working in the lab. She mixed it up a lot of. She do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So and a lot of people lost his resident his green card
Yeah.
because her. This
Okay.
happened a couple of years ago here in Massachusetts.
Okay. Like that's in the news and everything.
Yes. So he want to know if he had any chance for him can reapply for the green card.
Well, who would sponsor him? Who would bring him back?
Her mother is citizen, and all her sister and brother live here in United States.
Well, tell her to have her mom go ahead and apply, but that's a 10-year wait. So tell her to go ahead and apply. It doesn't matter, but she's not going to be able to come right back.
So neither because the lab who process do fraud, so he cannot get a chance to reopen this case.
Maybe.
Okay, I wanna sharing with him you contact information.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank
Dina.
you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to Truxel. Truxel, last one on the show. What do you got?
Hey Jim, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Sorry. I have one quick question.
Do you want to be off camera? I took you off camera.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's fine.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah. I Me and my spouse we submitted the I-130, but the thing was, instead of saying for how long have you been with your beneficiary, instead of saying since last year, 2023, she put since 2023 to 2024, she put 2023, the date, the last date.
Did you put the wrong year?
Yeah, those typo error. There's the 3 and the 4 close, to each other. So she, yeah.
My big fat fingers, right? That happens to me. So like they said, when did you meet your spouse? And so,
Yes.
when was this application filed?
It was filed last week.
Last week, okay. And so, what's the real date that you met?
Okay, we met 2022 in October.
And so,
And we were dating, and then I moved in when we were still dating, which was 2023 August. August in 2023.
Right. So they put 2023 or 2024
So the moving date she put in 2023,
instead of.
and yeah, that's the the 2020 she put in 2023. When last did you live with your beneficiary? The father said, when last?
And they said 2023, and they should have said when? 2024?
Yeah, should have said it's 2023. She
Oh.
put in the same date for filing the forms, because it doesn't say, it says that, like, for example, today is 28.
Yeah,
So,
I got you.
yeah, she
Okay.
was,
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. You and her, you go on my channel and you look for this weird word. I'm going to put it in the comments, okay? It's ERRATA, errata sheet. An errata sheet is to fix a correction. So I have a whole video on how to make a correction. But basically what you're going to do is when you get your receipt notice back, you're going to write out the question that you got wrong, and then you're going to put in the correct answer. Just do it like that, okay?
okay.
That's all
So
you got.
apart from that, it's not gonna affect anything?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Thank you,
All right.
Jim.
All right. Bye. Donna's telling everybody big up. Big up from Donna. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I think that's good advice. Oh my gosh. No one's banning you, all in. We're not leaving on listening to your craziness about Texas. Who cares? Who cares about Texas? We want to end with love and happiness like our friend Donna. Enjoy the rest of your day, Jim. Big up, my real general. That's what I'm talking about. You hear that, Yardies? Big ups to all y'all. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. What time, Yuli? 3 o'clock. So after Salat tomorrow, 3 o'clock, that'll be the end of my week. I'll be tired. Noor has another game today. She had her first game yesterday. She gave up 2 goals. One was on a penalty kick. Her first 10 minutes into the game. She's the goalie. So it was pretty funny. All right. So I wanted to tell you that we have indeed figured out that the show's cutting off at the end. So we're just going to play the intro as our outro, and that'll do it for tonight's show. All right. And hopefully that'll solve that problem of people getting cut off at the end. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Thursday. For those of you who are fasting, enjoy the fast. For those of you who are getting ready for a long Easter weekend, I hope you have a great one. Happy Easter, happy Thursday, happy Holy Thursday. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3. Bye, guys.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.
We probably should have been doing that all along. Oh, I got to end the stream now. I forgot to end it.